Hello and welcome to another episode of the LowerBitrate Podcast, number 82. Hello.
Hello, we're ancient. Welcome, everybody.
Is this thing on? Yeah? Hello. What up?
Hello.
Yeah?
What just happened?
I was smacking my mic
Oh,
to simulate. Fine. Hello.
can't.
Thanks for listening, wherever you're listening. As usual, I'm going to pander and beg to you to subscribe to the social medias that we have. It would be
Uh-huh.
great. There's a YouTube, there's a Twitter, there's an Instagram. Press follow. Thank you. How was your week?
My week was good. I haven't played any video games, but I've been watching videos of video games. Um, been watching Mario Maker videos, Mario Maker 2. Um, my nephew and I talked about it. I got to see him this weekend, and so he was asking me if I watched Dream, which I don't, but maybe I should. I guess that's his favorite, or the only one that he watches for some reason. So, yeah, I like it. I like watching these videos. I get really wrapped into them because these guys are amazing at the game, at like any Mario game. Because all the Mario Maker 2 levels have like every game in them. Anyway, yeah, I like watching them. I've been watching some streaming on like Paramount, some like weird comedy on Netflix. Yeah, just finding some good shows. So been wrapped into that for a bit. I guess watching more shows and playing games. Yeah, how was your week?
My week has been adult busy. No video games. Truth be told, I'm not having fun playing them. So,
Mhm.
I considered replaying Fury. If you know anything about Fury, isn't it's an infuriating game. So
Mhm.
that's where my mind is at. Um, yeah, so no games. I watched a show. I want to talk about that later.
Okay.
Um, I watched. Okay, I didn't watch. I was conned into watching this, or begged to watch this. Titans on HBO, kind of like Teen Titans, but live action type
Oh,
thing.
okay. Yeah, I've
Very,
tried that.
very violent. Gave it a few episodes. It's okay. Mildly spicy, I guess. You know, sriracha. If you had to
Which I
pinpoint
think
it,
is very spicy. Go ahead.
blasphemy. But um, yeah, pretty much that's pretty much it. I haven't really done anything. I've been watching mostly, videos while I hate myself playing Hearthstone Battlegrounds. And it's not like I'm watching video game videos or things about video games. I'm deep down the rabbit hole. I'm watching videos on fucking vacuums. I don't need a vacuum. It's called Vacuum Wars. And I've watched a sad amount of videos of theirs. And then I'm watching videos of garage sale hunting. There's no garage sales near me. People don't have garages here. So that's where my head is at, which brings us to today. Hello. Rip off the band aid. We're taking a break. It's not you, it's me. 100%.
Ouch.
Burning out. Don't want to burn out forever. So we need to take a break. This is a perfect time to just ease into a little bit of a break. We're going out on a high for now. Loki episode 6. We're going to talk about that later. It was amazing. I've
Mhm.
watched it a ton of times, and that is not true for all the other shows in the Marvel universe
Right.
so far.
Yeah.
Shout outs to the character that they unveiled. He's the reason why. We'll talk about that later.
Oh, what a
Um,
great like surprise.
yeah. So, yeah, we're going to take a break. I don't want to put a timetable on it. Maybe we might do some little things here and there. We don't know. going going with the flow, going through the motions, a
Mm,
day-to-day basis. So, that's pretty much it. It's not we're going to title this one, it's not goodbye. It's see you later. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Anyway.
I mean, we've taken breaks in the past, NBD.
Yeah, but those were kind of like, I don't know, force breaks, life
No,
breaks. I think this one is like a recharge break.
look, okay, just taking a mental health break then. We're good.
Yeah. It's important.
I'm worried the kids are going to think we're divorcing. It's my point.
No, everything is fine. We have a very healthy friendship. Nothing is going on behind the scenes. Just need a break. We're human and we're adults. We got shit to do. You know what I mean? So, yeah. That's where we're going to leave it. The Discord will still happen. Everything will still be its thing, but some things need to be readjusted and we need more of a, I don't know, what do you call it? A renewed, no, not a renewed interest. A rekindling of the flame, right? Cuz gaming to me is absolutely boring. Boring. I'll tell you why it's boring. You want to know why?
Hmm.
Path of Exile, right? Um Number 1, absolutely nuking the game. From what I remember it to be, different game. That's besides the point. They had an announcement last week about their new expansion, and I was like, not gonna play, but I'll watch. Maybe I might get
Hmm.
enticed, right? You know what they
Hmm.
announced? As well as the expansion coming this Friday, which I may or may not play.
What?
They announced a battle royale. Not a joke. Not
What
a
is this?
out of season April
2016?
Fool's joke. No, a fucking battle royale. And yeah, that's pretty much like the last straw. I need a break. That's a joke. Anyway,
Yeah.
what's not a joke? We have something very exciting to talk about. And I don't know if you know this. Did you see the Steam Deck?
Yes, I did.
Okay. What do
It's
you
like a
think?
That's really cool. I mean, I hope it delivers as advertised because what a great thing.
Okay, so if you've been living under a rock, the Steam Deck is something that's coming out from Valve, and it looks basically like a Game Gear. Um, it's
Or a
supposed,
Switch.
yeah, but Switch to me kind of like is the Joy Cons. Like that's the definitive feature
True.
of ver- same form factor, but I guess you could go either way. Game Gear Switch. That's exactly what it looks like. But it plays your Steam games. Um, it's going to be coming out in December 2021. Completely sold out. You could buy a scalped version on eBay if you so choose. It starts at $399. Comes with 64 gigabytes of eMMC storage, which is just a fancy way to say slow. And it comes with a
Hmm.
carrying case. That's probably not the move. However, actually, no, I have this wrong. I read this wrong. It says expected order availability Q2 2022. So probably in 2022. Maybe the first wave of Steam Decks when it got sold already. Who knows? Anyway, there's 3 tiers of this. The $399 one, there's a $529 one, and there's a
Oh,
$649 one.
oh.
Now, very expensive, rivaling. consoles. But the mid-range one comes with 256 gigabytes of storage of NVMe, which is an SSD. Comes with an exclusive Steam Community Profile bundle and a carrying case, just like the cheaper one. And then the
Hmm.
649 comes with 512. Comes with premium anti-glare etched glass, so I think you're gonna have a premium front screen, not a plastic one like the Switch has. And virtual keyboard theme, and pretty much the same shit that you get from the other ones. This is pretty spicy because it comes with uh, AMD Zen 2, their chipset, their CPU that comes in the next gen consoles, which have, I mean, in my opinion, have been on par with some gaming PCs.
Hmm.
Not at the high end, but kind of there, which is weird as fuck for me to say. And there's a dock as well, so you can dock it. You can play handheld mode, and I think this is the very interesting. Not what I expected. Would you purchase this?
No.
Okay, if you didn't have a gaming PC, would you purchase this?
No, I can't pay that much, like, for being such a casual gamer. I can see, like, people who are really into MOBAs or
So,
MMOs. Just what?
well, first of all, playing an MMO on this would be the worst thing known to man.
Why?
Um, because MMOs and MOBAs, you need a keyboard. This for me, this right here, it has touchpads, joystick controls, AXYB buttons, triggers, and then buttons like extra buttons on the back, like kind of like a pro controller or something like that. This
Okay.
is like perfect for someone who wants to play Horizon Zero Dawn or play a game that's more fitting for a
What about
controller.
like League of Legends grinders? Like, I just think people will buy this to play their favorite game.
I don't think so.
Okay. Who's it for then?
This is for people who want to play, who want to have that portability. Portability in PC games doesn't exist right now. It's non-existent. This is a product in its own category. There are some laptops, right? But laptop portability is almost non-existent. Um, but I mean, you really just have like the Switch as a form factor of competition, but nothing can play games like this. There are some emulation devices, and there are some like smaller PCs.
Hmm.
I don't remember the name of them, but they're like Chinese made. They look like 3DSs. I want to say it's a 3DX or 3DR, 3D something, or GDX, something like that. They're like 300, $400 machines, but there's really nothing that is like this. This is its own thing. And to have your PC game library on the go, that's kind of huge.
Right.
A lot of people um couch co-op, right? A lot of people take their Nvidia Shields, put it in, slap them in their living room, connect some controllers to them, and play couch co-op streaming on like Wi-Fi or something like that, like Cuphead or something.
Yeah.
This takes it on the go. So, for someone who doesn't have the space for a PC, I mean, I have an answer for that, but I'm not going to say it. Small form factor builds. Okay.
Yeah.
But for someone who doesn't want to build their own small factor PC, because that's not a casual thing to do, this is perfect for them. I think. You don't think so?
Yes, I guess so, but it's so niche and it's so expensive.
Well, I mean, yeah, the price is indicative of like what it can do. It is playing PC games on the go or in a portable form factor. But people said that about the Switch being it launched at what, $400? No, three.
Free.
Yeah, but I mean, they have. Yeah, you might be a little bit right, but only because the 399 version is kind of trash because of the storage. You know how
Yeah.
many games that I have that are greater than 64 gigabytes? Um, I don't know if there's any expandability on this. I hope so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Don't
mean,
buy this. Don't be an early adopter on this. Buy like the version 2.
oh yeah, 100%.
Buy generation 2 or 3.
100%. I agree with that 100%. This is cool for the people that want to flex and want to, basically be glorified beta testers. Um, yeah.
It just seems a little bit clunky right now.
What do you mean?
Like you're saying, like the keyboard capability is limited, so thus it limits like which games you can enjoy playing on it. So yeah,
Well,
let it
you can't
let it
play League of Legends on Steam. At least I don't. From what I know. So those, you
look, I
know,
saw a meme, okay, and I just assumed.
yeah, definitely no League of Legends. That's in its own launcher. But the possibilities. This is huge. Number one, because the possibilities are kind of endless. If this takes off and Valve gets a lot of R&D money and feedback from
Yeah.
people, version 2 or version 3 that comes out in a couple years could be a banger. Could be a banger. It depends on what Nintendo does too on their next generation console. Are they going to continue the portability route and having something Switch-esque, or are they going to go back to like the Wii or the Wii U, having a dedicated uh, console? Who knows? This is cool. I am excited. I'm not going to buy this, by the way. No.
Yeah.
Just I just, express my hate for gaming. I'm not going to buy a $700 uh Switch Pro that we never got. Another thing, you like Elgato stuff, right?
Yes. Tell me about this.
Okay. So, Elgato has, let's talk about the history of Elgato. Elgato usually takes products or product categories and tries to gamerify them, right?
Hmm.
And we know this with the Stream Deck, and that was a product previously, and they rebranded it. So Elgato doesn't really make anything hardware wise of note. Like they're not like the Go XLR, which is a big behemoth $500 thing that people can use that basically condenses all of your devices down to one device. Um, Elgato's thing is the software, right? And they came out with mics that were, I think, a good value to people who didn't want to pay $500 for a Go XLR. I got it before the tariff, and I did something special, so I got a really good discount on it. Not going to incriminate myself, but this Go XLR that I'm talking through right now is out of reach for most people. A good majority of people, especially people starting, right?
Yeah. It's like a pro streamer piece of equipment.
Right. It is a pro streamer. You're either in one of two camps right now. You shell out money for three camps. You get a USB microphone, which could be hit or miss, right? Please don't buy a Blue Yeti. You could dive deep in the world of mixers and have a bunch of audio equipment with wires and shit up the wazoo. You could do that, learn for 100 hours and still know nothing about audio mixers, or you could shell out the $500, take the 10 or so hours of troubleshooting to get the Go XLR to work. Or what Elgato just announced is they announced something called the Wave XLR. So as we talked about their USB mics, their USB mics were just, run of the mill mics, nothing really special, but their software made it so it was like the Go XLR, but just in software, not hardware. So what they did was they took the best of both worlds. Maybe you don't want a Wave 1 or a Wave 3. Maybe you want to use an XLR microphone like a SM7B. I don't know why you would spend $400 and not go with the Go XLR. That's not my judgment call. But you can use now a XLR microphone like an Audio-Technica 2035 with their software. Bridging the gap. Wave XLR is $160, a
Mm-hmm.
fraction of what it costs for a Go XLR.
That's awesome.
Innovation. That's what I'm talking about. So, yeah, you could bring your microphone, your XLR microphone, wherever you get one. XLR microphones are often, you can get good used ones. You can also get instrument ones that are kind of ugly, but they do the job. You know, this is a fantastic product. I am here for it. If I didn't have this overpriced shit, I would definitely consider this.
Yes, but it's so pretty and the levers move themselves.
I will agree with you.
It's like it's haunted.
Yeah. I, you know, it's like I'm already too invested, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Because it took me forever to learn this. Not going back unless it breaks or something better comes out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um yeah. So that's pretty much our cool hardware, I guess. Lots of exciting stuff. I have a feel good story. You ready?
Yes, I'd love to hear this story.
Okay. So we watch many Studio Ghibli movies for movie night, etc., etc. Apparently, the museum, well, obviously the cough problem in Japan isn't going well, and as a result, people are not traveling. Tourism is down, and the Studio Ghibli Museum was suffering, and they were potentially going to close. And crowdfunding prevented them from doing so.
That's amazing.
So they
Feels
got,
good, man.
yeah, it is a feels good. The first 24 hours, they got 10 million yen, which is roughly $90,000. That was their first goal. And as of, I want to say, yesterday, they had $200,000, 221.5% over their original goal of $90,000, which is going to keep them open and give them some repairs and maintenance. So cool.
Yeah, that's really happy.
I think we did talk about
It's a
this.
happy feeling.
Didn't we talk about this a long time ago? Them opening?
I don't remember.
Maybe we did mention it. But yeah, they get to stay open. I remember seeing some of these photos. I think we did talk about this. There's a big furry cat that you could walk into. Who's the big boy? Oh man, what's his name? He looks like a Shit.
There's so many big boys.
He's the gray big boy.
You mean the like thing that eats everything?
Does he eat everything? He
Oh,
was in
come
the
on.
last. He's not the cat big boy.
Oh, Totoro.
The Toro. That's I had that in my brain. I didn't want to be wrong.
Gray big boy. You're right.
Yeah, well, he's there. He looks creepy.
Okay, I thought you meant the cat bus.
No, cat bus is his own thing. This guy is like hanging out, waiting to take your ticket. Interesting.
Okay. Go to the museum if you can, ever in the future.
I have to show you this picture, dude. How is this not creepy?
Okay. Oh, that's creepy.
The
His
stuff of
eyes.
nightmares. Yes,
Why did they do his eyes like that?
he looks like he's high on PCP
He
and is literally seeing things.
really does.
Okay.
Let's I can't look at that anymore. Clicking away.
Did you see Space Jam 2?
No.
Did you see the original Space Jam?
Yes, of course. Hello,
So,
Michael.
we rewatched Space Jam 1 in anticipation for Space Jam 2. Dude, I forgot how fucking funny Space Jam 1 was.
It is, it's funny. And Michael Jordan did a good job. Michael K. Jordan.
Michael K. Jordan.
They should have picked him for their Space Jam 2. Come on.
My favorite part for Space Jam 1 is where Daffy Duck has the WB logo on his ass and then he kisses it. Like it's such a blatant way to be like, "Hey, this is WB's property. Look, it's right on my ass."
Mm-hmm.
Hilarious. The Space Jam 2 came out last week on the 16th of July. And it was okay. This is definitely like a new age movie though. Like
Okay.
this is for the current zoomers. Very I don't know. This is definitely Generation Zoomer. 100%. I guess, LeBron James is kind of like the poster boy of like, the number 2 like right under Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
They did pull a couple of funny parts in the movie. But ultimately, it was okay. Definitely kids will love that shit. All the things that were happening, they would love it. I'm not sure how I feel about they kind of definitely did a mix of like um the hand drawn animation from like the first movie. And then they like kind of did the CG stuff towards the end or like the middle. I don't know how I feel about that.
Mm-hmm. Was it good?
The animation?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was fine. Nothing really
Okay.
stood out to me. I mean, a lot of people are talking about Don Cheadle and how good he was, and he lacked a little bit of a. I don't even know. I don't even know how to explain it.
It wasn't Emmy worthy.
Apparently, Falcon and the Winter Soldier was. So, what do I know? It wasn't Emmy worthy or Oscar worthy or whatever. But I don't know. It's just very. It must have been a nice paycheck. Let's just put it that way. It was okay.
All right.
Popcorn flick, maybe. Like if you're bored and you can't find anything to watch, yes. But the merchandising for this movie, oh my god.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Oh my god, it is everywhere. They have sneakers, Xbox controllers, Funko Pops, jerseys, apparel. You could probably get a Space Jam 2 butt plug everywhere, everywhere. But it did okay at the movies. I believe it dethroned Black Widow, but Black Widow already people already saw it.
Really?
Yeah, it was like it. So Black Widow did about 70 million box office in the United States, um, domestically, and I think it did 23 the next week, and Space Jam 2 did like 26 or something. So nothing to write home about, I guess. But again, people had to pay for Black Widow, whether they saw it in the movie theater or paid for the $30 on Disney Plus. You didn't have to pay for Space Jam, so
Right.
I think most people watched it at home. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. Space Jam 2, just okay, with some okay
Well,
jokes.
I want to talk about.
You want to talk about what?
I said TV I've been watching. Sorry, my connection is like not great on Discord. Keep
Not
going
cool.
red and green. Yeah, but I'm sure it's good on your end. So sorry I like cut into you.
That's okay. What are you watching on TV?
Detroiters. It's so funny.
Detroiters or Destroyers?
Detroiters, like from people from Detroit.
Oh,
Very funny. It has Sam Richardson and I think his name is Tim. Is it Tim Robinson? Yeah, Tim Robinson. He also has a show on Netflix that's called I Think You Should Leave. Have you seen that? It's like alt comedy.
I don't think I have.
And he's also from SNL.
I definitely haven't seen him then. I hate SNL.
Okay, I'm gonna send you a skit and we'll see if you like it. It has Will Forte in it and it's pretty funny. Just a real good kind of sample of what the show is like, and we'll see what you think some other time.
Okay.
Stay tuned for Will's opinion on I think you should leave. Anyway, Detroiters is more like mass appealing, but it's very funny. And I love Sam Richardson, who's the star of it. He's like the co star. And he's from Veep. He has a character on Modoc, and he's also in the Tomorrow Wars, but I haven't seen that one yet.
Hmm. Where can we watch this?
On Paramount Plus.
Hmm. Another streaming platform.
Yes.
Is it free or you have to pay for it?
No, I'm pretty sure you have to pay for it,
Another monthly bill. Cable
right?
strikes back.
Well, if you get the chance to watch it, definitely watch it. Detroiters with Sam Richardson. Very funny.
Okay. So I'm on vacation or staycation,
Yeah.
not doing anything. I've been saving Mr. Robot. I've been saving this for a while, at least a
Hmm.
year. I don't want it to end. To end. I watched the first half of the last season, and I had a good stopping point, so I stopped. And towards the end, I legitimately said to myself and people that I was texting to, I do not know what I am watching. I've been paying attention, but I have no idea what's going on. Absolutely no idea. I finished Mr. Robot. No spoilers. I think that show is worth not being spoiled, even though it's been out for almost 2 years. The ending, it was okay. I'm glad it ended.
They did a good job of wrapping it up.
Yeah, they had a very logical explanation for the things that were happening. And I think there was, I don't know, there was a few things that got lost for me. Maybe I have to like rewatch it again. I don't want to rewatch it again. I just kind of want to leave it like that in my head, you know? But there were a few things like I kind of thought, I was like, wait, what the fuck happened to that? But whatever. Let's leave that be. It was okay. I've fulfilled my journey for Mr. Robot.
Yeah. How'd you feel after it? You were like, that's okay, but did it make you feel happy or were you like sad?
Mm, I didn't really feel like, okay, so the Breaking Bad ending was kind of sad, right? But also it was it was a relief, right?
Hmm.
Almost like a relief feeling, even though something like really really bad happens at the very end of Breaking Bad. This one was kind of like, okay, I get it. The story was concluded, and the way they wrapped it up was, I guess it was, I had a feeling about this like throughout the whole thing, because there's like mental health themes that they like play around with. But they never fully get into it, right? It's only in like the second season or so where you kind of get the gist of what's going on. But then there's like kind of a twist. And the way they attack the twist was they like dive deeper. And the thing that was like throwing me off is like what they were doing was diving deeper into someone's subconscious, right? But not explaining that you're there, but also confusing the living fucking shit out of you, like playing around with themes that they were hinting kind of like all along. And I don't know, it was very like psychological, and you kind of just didn't know what the hell was going on. And at certain points, like other people are chopping other people up and putting them in boxes, and then alternate realities, and your box is bleeding and shit. And you're about to get dude. I was like, what? What is going on? But um, I basically felt nothing at the very end of it. Like I wasn't sad, I wasn't angry, I wasn't happy. It was just kind of like, okay, your suffering is over. I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
Not suffering like my suffering, like the whatever was going on in the show. I'm okay with this. Cuz I again, when you I want to know your opinion on this. Do you have in certain shows have, I don't want to say feelings like you're trying to marry them, but do you have like feelings towards characters and their,
Like empathy.
yeah, do you have empathy or feelings or towards their fate?
Yeah. I mean, if I'm hooked into a show, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna like write the writers if it doesn't go the way I want, but I'm just there for entertainment.
Right.
So yeah, you get immersed, you can't help it.
Now, does it matter if they're a villain or a hero or an anti-hero? Does that
Well,
does that change
no.
your
No,
outlook on it?
because I was really immersed in Walter White's, story. What I knew it was gonna end. But I was even could empathize with him.
I think Breaking Bad is such like a masterclass in like how to do like wrap up the series, because there was one thing that they did the previous episode, or maybe two episodes before, or maybe it was the last episode. Don't remember. Man, we could talk about Breaking Bad all day. Um, so basically, what I'm getting at is like the main character is, he's very ambiguous, right? Like he is technically the hero, but is he really the villain? Do you really know? Like, I don't know. Like, he's done some horrible shit to people, but on the flip side, horrible things have been done to him.
Right.
So I don't know. I was just kind of like relieved that it ended, and it wasn't like, he woke up and it was a dream and shit. You know,
Hmm.
or was it? Who knows?
Who
Anyway,
knows?
yeah, it was a
It was just an acid trip all in the end.
yeah. Anybody's interested, but also the Funko Pops, like the Mr. Robot Funko Pops. I've been impressed enough that I'm keeping them. Like they
Okay.
could live in the collection forever. I'm okay with this. Anyway, let's talk about Loki. Spoilers inbound. 100%. We're gonna spoil the shit out of this.
Yeah,
Um.
before we do that, let's just do a sum up because we'll just end on Loki. How about that?
Okay.
So, yeah, check us out at lower bitrate if you'd like. But just a reminder, we're taking a little mental health break. We've taken breaks in the past, and just when life becomes overwhelming, got to take a break from the fun things for a period of time. So, no worries. We'll be back. And now we're going to spoil Loki episode 6. So stay tuned if you'd like to hear that.
All right. We're gonna give you 5 seconds to leave. If you don't want to be spoiled. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's Teletubbies. Okay. Predictions. I was kind of half right. A little bit. Not to toot my horn or anything. I did mention Jonathan Majors and Kang. That motherfucker showed up. Question: did you get jump scared by Miss Minutes in the very beginning?
No, I didn't. I'm so surprised.
Me either. I don't know why people are freaking out. But we got a lot of. So I want to talk. Okay, I've been watching videos on this
Mm-hmm.
all week. I've seen this episode, especially the Jonathan Majors parts, double digits. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so this show, interestingly enough, if you go on Disney Plus, if you have Disney Plus, you scroll all the way down, kind of like in the middle, and it says Marvel Cinematic Universe in timeline order. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but Loki fits into the timeline, so I'll give you a few of them. So, um, Ant-Man and the Wasp was before Avengers Infinity War. Then it was
Okay.
Avengers Endgame. Then it's Loki. Then it's WandaVision. Then the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So WandaVision came out first, then Falcon, then Loki. So the things that may have been a little weird in WandaVision can be explained because of Loki now. Very interesting order that they would do this, but good job on you because people are still talking about WandaVision.
Sure.
Um, okay, so what did we learn this episode? What did you think? First of all, I talked too fucking much.
No, I loved it. Oh my God. It was so good. Um, and I've heard people complain that they were left with too many cliffhangers, but I thought it was just fine.
Cliffhangers? What? Okay.
Yeah, like no one recognizing Loki when he appears back at the TVA.
All right, so let's explain what the fuck is going on. So, Sylvie and Loki end up at the Citadel at the end of time. And Miss Minutes greets them and basically gives them an ultimatum or an alternate choice. Turn back now and you can get whatever you want. Two Lokis
I've,
can exist in the timeline. The person who they're searching for can grant this. So if you want the Infinity Gauntlet, you can get it. You want to kill Thanos, you can get it. You want to rule Asgard, you can get it. You could basically wipe out all of the years of being alone and tormented and on the run for Sylvie, and they could do it together, right? They say no. So who they're greeted with is he who remains. And do you understand Kang? Do you know who
No,
Kang is? So Kang,
no.
this is like this show has big gorilla balls because they introduced the villain, one of the main villains, which I think is a stepping stone to a bigger villain, but I'm getting far too ahead of myself. Kang has very different versions of himself. Kang the Conqueror is also like Ramatut, also Immortus. He has different versions of himself in the timeline. So Kang, is he the most powerful? No. The person that we saw was he who remains. You might be saying to yourself, his whole deal was for them, Loki and Sylvie, to run the TVA. The TVA
Mm-hmm.
kept time in check. So this Kang had a war, multiversal war, also known as the Secret Wars. They were hinting about that in a few other movies. He basically won, right? So by him winning, he created the sacred timeline. So other Kangs will not interfere or try to destroy this universe. So he basically sandwiched all of them in one, and the TVA was created to get variants out of the timeline. So he who remains, in essence, is a variant of Kang the Conqueror, or one of the many things that he's known for doing. So they're presented with the choice. They can kill him and suffer the consequences, and whatever the hell else happens, or they can run it themselves. Obviously, they're not going to run it themselves because they're both Lokis and they can't trust one another. So that's not going to happen.
Right.
So Kang wins. No matter what, he wins, right? Let's rewind. Explain what was going on. Let's talk about the nuances.
Mm.
Oh my god, Jonathan Majors, you are fucking amazing.
Isn't it cool that they took, I mean, it's not cool the show ended, but they're taking um these like amazing actors from the, oh shit, what's it called? I always want to call it the Cthulhu series.
Lovecraft Country.
Lovecraft Country. Thank you. Um, like Hunter B-15, and then now Jonathan Majors. They're both in the show. Like, good for them. They deserve it.
Yeah.
There's more actors though from that show that deserve it too, though.
Yeah, fantastic show. But Jonathan Majors did oh my god, he did a fantastic job. He played he was like charismatic, flamboyant, animated, very, I don't know, like his range was like all over the place. Like he was, the way he was explaining himself, like he was called many things before, and the way he explained it, he was like a tyrant, he was a conqueror, or what do they call him, a dick or something? Did he say a dick?
I don't think so.
I think he said dick. Who knows? Well, he was explaining himself, his like range of like how he's explaining himself. He did a fantastic job, and he was touted to play Kang in the Ant-Man movie that's coming out, Quantum Mania, which I think is supposed to
Hmm.
come out next year, or the year after. And I think that Marvel was so impressed that because Kang can be different people, right? Like he, and I think I know why they picked him because he has such a. This was displayed in Lovecraft Country as well, where he had like beast mode, like soldier mode, and then he had like nerd mode, and then he had like uh, what's the other mode that he had? Looking for it. Brain's not working. Studious mode? No, detective mode. That's what it is. He had,
Okay.
he has such a range of things that he was doing in that show, where he could be like very menacing or like very sweet, or just he had a wide variety of things that he was doing, and that works perfectly for Kang because Kang could be different. Kang is a variant. There's different Kangs all trying to destroy different universes, so he could pop up wherever.
Right.
And also, they have the flexibility of having different actors playing Kang.
That's cool. I didn't even think about that.
So, realistically, someone who is Kang or a variant of Kang can be someone else. And there's also other characters. This is why I said Doctor Doom in the last prediction episode, because
Mm-hmm.
they don't in the comic books. Kang thinks that they're related to Victor Von Doom, but they don't know, right? Because they don't know the history of every Kang. And Kang gets up to some shit in the comic books. And this is like a gateway to like other things, like Fantastic Four, to Victor Von Doom, to Apocalypse. There's a storyline in the comic book with a character called Rama Tut. And Rama Tut is basically Kang that goes back into like the Egyptian days, like before, you know, sphinxes and the pyramids were made, so that he could groom Apocalypse. So he went back in time to groom Apocalypse so that he can control Apocalypse, because Apocalypse in the comic books because becomes one of the most powerful people in the universe.
Yeah.
And just the sheer they basically took, cuz okay, Endgame, the movie, backed Marvel into a corner, right? A corner that they can't claw out of, because Robert Downey Jr. no longer there, Chris Evans no longer there. A bunch of these actors, Scarlett Johansson, um, Jeremy Renner, they're reaching the end of their road, right? Like they're
Right.
kind of. It's been a while. It's been almost 10 years for Scarlett Johansson, since she debuted into a bigger role. I know she was in Iron Man 2, which came out in 2010, so technically 11 years, but they backed themselves into a corner with this story, and Loki kind of eases the tension, because what's happening in the very end is that all the branches on the sacred timeline are going fucking nuts, going nuts. So who knows what can happen? Back to the
Right.
WandaVision stuff. Do you remember at the very end where people were saying that it was the multiverse, right? And people were saying also that the casting for Quicksilver was just a coinky dink, right? Her brother, he was the
Oh
Fox guy.
yeah.
They
Yeah.
were just saying that it was a coinky dink. So since Loki happened before in the timeline, the lie that Agatha told is a lie, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think definitively we could say that that's a lie, and that was a pretty big proof that the multiverse is coming, or the multiverse is here, as of WandaVision, right? And then also, um, at the very end, when she heard the voices of her kids, that's another thing where in an alternate universe, she has kids, right? They've proved that time and time again. Um, the Ren, what's the character's name? The girl Renthro, Raventhrow, Razor something,
Who?
Judge something. I don't remember. Curly hair.
From WandaVision?
Loki.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know either. Well, her. She had a different version of her that was a principal in FDR high school, I think.
Hmm.
Well, there's proof that other variants exist and other realities exist. So yeah, I'm pumped. Oh, did you see at the very end that what they unveiled?
Yes. Big spoiler if you got spoiled about this. I'm so sorry. Like they posted this all over social media, like this announcement.
Which was?
Season 2 inbound.
Yep.
There's so much they can do with it.
I'm just excited that we get more Tom Hiddleston. If they could bake him back into the movies somehow, I'd be okay with this. I'm definitely okay with this.
Indeed.
So yeah, also you know the like case files on like Loki and stuff at the very end. There's a hand there. I think the hand was Kang all along, looking at the files of like Loki and Sylvie and stuff like that, like trying to
That's really
plan it
cool.
out. So
Yeah.
love shows like this. Big balls on Loki for introducing their villain, and Jonathan Majors for killing it. Tom Hiddleston for being fantastic. The Sylvie character for being so amazing. She's really good too. I don't want to gloss over what she's done. She's really really good.
I liked her a lot too.
She's a fan favorite for sure.
Yeah, a difficult casting. Tricky, tricky.
Yeah, she didn't even know. I watched an interview with her. She didn't even know what she was auditioning for. Um, the train. She auditioned and she did the train scene with her and Loki, and the characters' names were Bob and Sarah. So they've been keeping this shit under wraps. Like that's how Marvel does it. So, anything else you could think of about this?
No, I'm just really excited and I'm really happy the way they wrapped it. I can't wait to see season 2.
Yes, I'm thoroughly impressed with the three shows that they have. They've done a fantastic job with all three of them. Falcon and Winter Soldier kind of started off kind of meh for me, but it picked it up at the very end, redeemed itself.
Mhm. That performance by Don Cheadle really turned things around.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
moving, brave. So we have a lot to look forward to. I mean, Black Widow just came out. We
I'm
talked
sure
about Black Widow before.
a lot of people haven't seen that yet. Like, that's exciting.
I mean,
Give people a chance to see that. There's still content to consume.
yeah, was the Red Guardian lying when he said he faced Captain America in '83? Who knows?
He's like, I fought Captain America.
I mean,
I
he
could
could
have
be
been
lying, or he could not
Captain
be, because
America.
the multiverse opens up a lot of options for people to come back. So what we have to look forward to, we have Shang-Chi that comes out in September. We have the Eternals, which comes out in November, and then we have What If
What if?
series comes out in
Yeah.
August 11th to be exact, and I believe we have the Hawkeye series that's coming out later this year, and I believe Miss Marvel later this year as well, which should be another interesting show. So that is it for me.
All right. Well, thank you for listening, everybody. This was episode 82, and we will see you soon. Again, taking a short break, and we'll see you when we get back. Bye, everybody.
Bye.